What's up guys, Jivan back with another video, and today I'm going to be telling you how to get insane crosshair placement. First, we're going to go over what good crosshair placement is, and then I'll be giving you drills at the end of this video that you can use in your warm-up to get good crosshair placement. Before we hop into it, I'm excited to share today's sponsor, Sizzle.gg. Sizzle's doing a V-Buck giveaway for you guys in this video, so stay tuned. If you haven't heard about Sizzle, Sizzle is a website where you can actually download highlights from your stream. Sizzle will capture all your best moments, create highlight reels, and organize your clips so that you can easily find them. All you gotta do is go onto the website and select the stream that you want highlights for, and Sizzle will let you know when it's ready. The best part is there's no software required. All you gotta do is log onto their website and link your streaming account. Lastly, Sizzle is hosting a V-Buck giveaway for everybody watching the video today. All you gotta do to enter is create a free account on Sizzle with the link in description. Start pushing more content out to your audience today with Sizzle.gg. Without further ado, let's hop into it. Basically, the idea of good crosshair placement is moving your mouse or controller in the most optimal way possible to do editing and building. So this means, like you can look here, when I'm confirming an edit, you don't want to do wide edits, you don't want to do big movements, you want to make it as tight as possible. By tightening up the crosshair placement on your edits, your editing speed will increase. So doing this is crucial to getting good and fast mechanics. And the same thing applies with building. When you're building, you want to have your crosshair placement as tight as possible. So let's say while I'm tunneling here, you don't want to swing your mouse left and right like crazy. You want to get that tightest movement possible to place all the builds. By doing that, you'll be able to better understand everything going on around you in fights and in endgames, because you won't be moving your screen all over the place. It won't be hard to see what's going on. So basically, to get this good crosshair placement, there's a couple things you have to do. The biggest thing is gaining more control with your input, whether it be keyboard and mouse or controller. This just comes with practice, but one of the best ways to get better control is by practicing your aim. Because if you can get really consistent aim and really steady tracking on controller or keyboard and mouse, that means you have pretty good control over your input. In the description, I'll link my Kovaaks routine, and I'll also link my favorite aim trainer maps in creative mode of Fortnite, and you can just hop into those in your warm-up to improve your aim, and that'll help you improve your mouse control, which will help you improve your crosshair placement. So that's the first thing. And the main reason that you need good mouse control is so that you're not all shaky and inconsistent in your mouse movements. If you don't have good control over your mouse, you might accidentally move your crosshair too far, and that's bad crosshair placement. Make sense? Now, in general, your crosshair placement is going to improve just the more you play the game, and that applies with your input control as well. But some of the best ways to get better faster are by free building a lot, doing a ton of 1v1s and trying to go as fast as possible in your 1v1s, also learning new building combos, and then running Raiders mechanical practice map. But the most important one, in my opinion, is aim training. So all that stuff that I just talked about is going to help you improve your mouse control and your crosshair placement, but the majority of this video is actually going to be on a topic that's more complicated towards crosshair placement. We're going to be talking about how to get fluidity in your building, editing, and aiming. One of the most important parts of crosshair placement, in my opinion, is being able to line up your crosshair with the next task in the most efficient way possible. Basically what I mean is that when I'm building, I try to get my movement of my crosshair as fluid as possible. I confirm one edit and my crosshair is instantly in the position of the next edit. And now this sounds obvious, but I'm going to be giving you drills on how you can actually improve your fluidity in your gameplay. The best way to get better crosshair placement while doing certain building combos is to practice those combos on repeat. You will gradually get faster as you learn that fluidity and the muscle memory of these different building combos. A lot of these moves you're already going to know, but I'm going to help you understand them on a deeper level to get them better. Starting off with triple edits, let's talk about the best way you can improve your crosshair placement and speed. Look at how I do it here. My crosshair barely moves while doing the triple edit, so all I really need to do to get it faster is press the edit button faster. Basically, when I finish my double edit, my crosshair is already lined up to start that last edit, so then I just need a slight movement to finish it. I started with triple edits because this is the idea, minimizing the movement for every single task. If you do all these drills at the start of your warm-up until you get them down perfectly, that's how you're going to get good crosshair placement. The second move is a triple edit out the side. It's the same idea. With every build task, there is a minimal way to move your mouse to complete the task optimally. So you can see with this one, I'm gradually changing my direction of my running so that I can keep my crosshair pointed at the next edit and where the next edit begins. The third move you can practice is doing a ramp into a wall edit. Notice how every time I confirm the ramp edit, my crosshair is immediately moving to the most optimal place to start the wall edit, and vice versa. So when I drag that ramp edit down, I'm moving to the left or right based on where I'm going to edit the wall. Another good thing that you can practice is starting your edit in the most optimal place to do it quick. So rather than always doing your wall edit from top down, if your crosshair is placed at the bottom, start from the bottom up. The next move you can throw into your warm-up is practicing throwing high walls in front of you and getting that crosshair placement down. If you find yourself missing a certain wall when you're doing a high wall, just practice getting the crosshair placement down in creative by doing this drill. This will get you more consistent with it, and you can learn exactly where you need to place your crosshair to get that high wall. That way you don't have to fling your mouse all the way to the top of the screen. You can just put it as far up as you need to claim the high wall, if that makes sense. At this point, you can start mixing and matching these different drills to get a little bit further practice. You can see I'm throwing the triple edits out the side and the triple edits just straight up into the high walls as well, just to get that extra advanced practice. So the fifth thing you can practice is tunneling. Now the thing about tunneling, and this is good to know, is that you can tighten up your crosshair placement while tunneling so much by keeping your crosshair kind of level in the center of the screen. If you go into creative and put your crosshair in the dead center of the wall and just move slightly up and down, you'll see that you can get the top floor and the bottom floor without barely moving your mouse. And this can help you keep your crosshair more level while tunneling, and that'll make your tunnels faster and more consistent. This is really key to know, because if you're just flicking your mouse all over the place to do a tunnel, you'll find yourself brainlessly tunneling without any vision of where you're going. So practice tightening up that tunneling and get that crosshair placement less crazy and more concise. And that'll help you be able to scout ahead when you're rotating zones and just be more consistent in your tunneling and your vision in endgame. Sometimes in laggy lobbies, I find myself flicking the mouse around trying to complete one box, and I just completely lose sight of where I'm headed. This will help fix that. Lastly, you can practice tunneling with the cones, because the cones are slightly different than floors because they place further. So getting that practice in with cones as well and switching layers with cones is good to add to your warm-up. The sixth move is a really good box fight move with cones. If you practice doing this drill just like I'm doing here, your crosshair placement with cones will improve a bunch. If you look slightly over a wall, you can place a cone over the wall. So let's say hypothetically someone's trying to ramp up and you get them coned. Then you can just box out the side with cones just like I'm doing in this drill, and you'll get them boxed before they know what happens. Pre-boxing someone with cones like I'm doing here is the best way, because you can place cones further away so you can get them boxed from further back. Move number 7 is triple edits down. Again, pay attention to my crosshair placement in all these drills. That's the thing that should be standing out to you most. Notice how one edit just fluidly leads to the next edit. That's the skill you should be focusing on if you choose to do this warm-up. I just do that extra cone flip because it just adds a little spice and it's fun. Move number 8 is practicing flipping cones while running by. This is good if you're placing a cone next to an enemy's wall. You want to flip that cone up and claim the front wall. That way they can't get you boxed there because you counterpiece that front wall. Literally, you can choose any build move in the game that you can't do consistently or fast and make it into a drill that you can practice in your warm-up. Number 9 is just practicing doing low wall full boxes. This is good for when you claim a wall in endgame with a duo and you're trying to run in and jump in on them. You gotta get consistent with these low wall edits because that's the best way to fully expose the enemy. This next one is one that I need to practice a ton. You flip the cone up, place a wall up a layer, and then edit through that and box that layer. If somebody's up there, you can get them full boxed with this move and just get in on them. I mess this up all the time by accidentally pre-editing my wall because my crosshair placement isn't good with this yet. So I just run this drill when I hop on. The last one of the day is just another random one. This is actually a pretty useful form of tunneling in endgame. You just extend a ramp in a floor and it blocks your top and your sides, and your teammate can follow right behind you. If you guys choose to run these drills in your warm-up for a while, come back like 2 weeks later and let me know if your crosshair placement gets better with these moves. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.